Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming to the Startup Spotlight Wonderful Pistachios Mobile Commerce Challenge. I'll be leading the session today, which basically just means I'll be introducing people and making sure everybody sticks to the time that we have allowed for each contestant. The AdTech's Startup Spotlight series began last year when the organization really decided that there was a need to start discovering and celebrating emerging technologies and startups and how they can be integrated and accompany all the different things that brands are doing to reach their audiences digitally. So I think a few dozen companies applied, and it was narrowed down to 4 different companies that you're going to see present today. They're each going to have 7 minutes to talk about their mobile commerce platform and how it could cater toward Wonderful Pistachios and the brand and what they're trying to do with selling through mobile. Each contestant will get 7 minutes, and at the end, the judges will get 3 minutes to do a lightning round of questions. At the end of that, the judges will get about 5 minutes to deliberate and declare a winner. And the winner will get to take this home, the AdTech Innovation Award. It's not going to be this one. It's like the Oscars. We'll give them a final one and engrave it and make it special. And they will also get the opportunity to pitch in-house at Wonderful Pistachios. So I don't want to delay things any further. We can get started. Our first startup is, do you want to go? AppGlue. Adam Fingerman. Okay, thank you. You get 7 minutes. Wait till I say time, okay? Ready?
Hello, my name is Adam Fingerman, and I'm the CEO of AppGlue, a mobile app platform that helps companies launch their apps sooner and then manage them better after they've launched. Let's take a look at the platform. It starts with developers who connect their apps to the AppGlue managed backend using the content sync engine that we've developed. It shifts the content from inside the mobile app up to a database in the cloud. We call these connected apps. After you've shifted the content up to the cloud, it allows the business person in the organization to take control of the app after it's launched and manage it. So on the left side of this picture, you see the business person, marketing manager, brand manager, sales manager in the organization. They can manage the app through the control center. And by this we mean they can publish fresh content to the app, they can understand what content users care about, and they can engage with users through personalized push messages. All of this is done without re-engaging with your app developer or publishing a new app through the App Store. Here's 2 example apps from 2 of our customers that are built and running today on AppGlue. One is a sales catalog from Honeywell. One is an interactive Star Trek encyclopedia from CBS. It's called the Star Trek Pad. You'll notice that both of these look completely different, and that's a key distinction of AppGlue. It doesn't constrain the developers or the designers in any way. It just provides a common management backend for the business people in the organization to control their app after it's left the developer's hands and launched. Let's talk about how AppGlue can help Wonderful Pistachios. So for their mobile marketing campaign, we had a few goals. One was to create awareness and trial. One was to influence purchase decision. One was to support retail partners. And then we wanted to measure how well all of this was being done, how effective it was. So in order to do this, we conceived of a concept app to run on the AppGlue platform. And it's called the Wonderful Pistachios Get Crackin' Cookbook. So this cookbook is filled with recipes that all use Wonderful Pistachios products in them. Primarily, we were thinking of the shelled pistachios, increasing the awareness that these exist and getting people to use these on a regular basis in their cooking decisions, those who care about healthy cooking. You can browse by chefs, and these are all the characters that are in the Get Crackin' campaign, such as Cy or Snoop. You can browse by category and see all the categories of recipes. There's a store locator and a product overview. Let's go back to chefs, dive deeper into the chef's category. These are Cy's favorite recipes. Cy is a big fan of pistachio and raspberry salad. It's got the ingredients, so you can mix it all up and enjoy it Gangnam style. It has prep-in time, cook-in time, store locator, ingredients, etc. All of this content that you see is managed in the AppGlue backend. Let's switch over to that. What you're looking at now is the AppGlue Control Center. This is where the business person goes to manage everything. It's got three primary sections: an insight section on the left, a content section, and an engagement section. Let's start at the insight section, which is what we're in. This gives you a holistic view of how well your app is doing, as well as something very unique to AppGlue, content insights, specifically what content matters to your users, what's hot and what's not, such as the popular chefs and the popular recipes. The next area is the content section. This is where the business person can publish new content into the app, such as a new chef. If there's a new character in videos introduced in the commercials, you could add a whole new chef. In this case, we're going to add a new recipe from Chef Sai. You add it here, and with one click, you can publish it out into the app. It goes up to the AppGlue backend and then is synchronized back down to the app's users. All of this without involving your developer. So after you've added the content, you probably want to let users know. So let's go down to the engagement section. This is where we're going to create a campaign to notify those users who care about Chef Sai. So the segment is which chef they viewed. The chef that we care about is Sai, and the message is brand new recipe from Chef Sai, pistachio crusted salmon. We save it and send it. Let's switch back to the app. A push notification is sent, and it appears on those users who have previously viewed content related to Sai. And we know this because whenever content is viewed, I mentioned we log those in the Insights section of AppGlue. Push notification appears, new recipe from Sai. If you didn't care about Sai, you wouldn't see this. You might see something different entirely. You tap View, and it takes you right into the new content that was published from the AppGlue Control Center in the app. This is the brand new recipe. User can choose to get a coupon influencing their actual purchase decision. When that button was tapped, another event was logged in the AppGlue backend that a coupon was requested. Now, if we switch back to AppGlue, back to the Insights section, you can actually see the efficacy of this campaign, starting with notifications sent, app launches, recipe viewed at the same time, coupons issued, and coupons redeemed. The whole funnel of marketing activity to measure the true ROI of your marketing efforts. So to summarize, AppGlue app management platform helps shift control of the app over to the business person in the organization, freeing the developers up to work on new apps or new features, makes everyone happy. It's perfect for content-centric apps like those from brands or agencies. It's run as a hosted service with a monthly subscription. It's available today, and it's something that we believe would be tremendous help to roll global and wonderful pistachios in your marketing efforts. Thank you very much.
Thank you, judges. Questions? Let me hand you the mic.
So in terms of the real-time, the metrics, are they real-time when I'm going in and accessing the content? Or
the logging is done in real time, and if there's a network connection, we send the information back in an anonymous fashion, so privacy is kept intact. The visualization is real time, but the aggregation has a several-hour delay, 8 hours.
You can actually force that out too, so it's basically real time.
Okay. And in terms of the chef and following the chef,
right.
What if I accidentally clicked on Sai and I don't like Sai and I keep getting these notifications about him, but I don't want them?
Yeah, it's not something that would happen with one view. The idea would be the segmentation is based on a threshold of views that we would set. So if as a percentage of all the times you've launched and viewed the app, greater than X percentage of the times you viewed Sai, you would get it. So it wouldn't be absolute like that.
So how long would it take me to get notifications then?
The push notifications are sent immediately. As you send them, they would arrive. The threshold is something that it's programmatic, so it could be done based on what makes sense for your users. We would work with you and help you figure out how to set up the initial segments to send them out.
Part of that would also be an issue of app design. You could design it to say have a like button
or a follow or something
artist
like that,
or a chef, and that could be toggled on and off. And we could use the setting on that to determine whether or not we're going to send a push notification to an individual.
Okay.
Hi there. One of my questions is, does this work with games?
It could. Yeah, it's ideal for content-centric apps, and people have spoken to us about using it for games to control the game levels or assets that you get within the games. Anything where your app relies on content, and when the content gets out of date, the app becomes ineffective. So it wouldn't work for productivity apps, calculators, and things like that. It's not applicable, but games certainly.
And are you guys, in effect, our developer, or we'd have a separate developer and then use you to add the CMS functionality?
Yeah, we don't do the app development. We work with a network of developers. Before launching this company, we were app developers. We did it for 4 years, built over 150 apps. We heard again and again from our customers that, what do I do after it's launched? They spend a lot of time thinking about getting it to launch, but very little time thinking about what happens afterwards. And apps spend a lot more time after launch than before launch in their whole life cycle. So that's what this addresses.
And one last question for me. What is the advantage of doing a managed app deployment like this as opposed to a responsive HTML5 site?
Well, mobile web does have its place, and it could work. It really depends on the app experience that you want for your campaign. You could still use AppGlue for an HTML5 or web app. It's not just solely for native apps. In this example, we created something that looks more like a native app. In our experience, native apps have a little bit more of a richer experience depending on the application that you're trying to achieve.
I just have one quick question. Hi. So whenever you push the update, is it going to all the different platforms that we build the app on? So it automatically goes to iOS and Android?
Yes.
And, okay,
yeah.
So we don't have to build and push separate notifications for all the different platforms?
Right. It would be send out to the segment of users across all the platforms
Got it.
that are relevant.
Okay. Thank you.
Just one last question. Are consumers really interested in having all of their apps put? I mean, it seems like a new way to be getting tons of messages every day. I mean, have we seen like a real acceptance from the broad number of people to be getting this type of information from their apps?
The push, or just in general, using an app like
just
that?
in general. So I mean, you could be getting 1,000,
Yeah,
updates
I think that in general, people have voted with their tap to buy button in terms of downloading and accepting apps. In terms of the notifications, I think that publishers of content need to be sensitive to how many notifications they're pushing, but it's better to push the right message to the right user than sort of broadcasting. We have created something we consider it smart push. There are ways of pushing today. It just blasts to just about everybody. This at least only narrowcasts to the segment of people who care about the messages they get.
One last question. How do you get around the term of service potential violations from the Apple iTunes Store? We're setting up an app to be this, but then in experience it's actually going to be something different than what they approved.
Well, functionally, the app remains intact. If you were going to add brand new functionality, like a check-in system where if you went to a Safeway store and you checked in front of the product, new functionality, have to go and be accepted again by Apple. Content changes fit within their terms. Companies do this already. There are ways of pushing content updates into apps. Hybrid apps that are native wrappers over web content are essentially doing the same thing. So this fits into that.
Okay, thank you. We're out of time for this one, sorry. While we're waiting for the next startup to get ready on stage, would each of the judges please just introduce themselves really quickly?
Sure. Hi, I'm Courtney McHugh, and I am the Director of Interactive Strategy with Wonderful Pistachios.
Hi, I'm Mark Seguin. I'm the VP of Marketing for Paramount Farms, which is the parent company for Wonderful Pistachios.
Hi, my name is Jason Mercer. I'm the Group Director for the Interactive Group for Fire Station Agency, which is technically a wholly owned advertising agency by Roll Global. Roll Global owns, amongst many brands, including Wonderful Pistachios, Cuties, Telflora, Fiji Water, Palm Wonderful, Justin Wine, et cetera, et cetera.
Hi, I'm Sipra Thakur, and I handle mobile initiatives for those brands that he just mentioned.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, so next up we have Robert Keogh with Mobile Media.
Yeah, hi. Hi, everybody. Look, my name's Rob Keogh. I'm the Director of Mobile Commerce and founder of iMobile Media. My background's about 25 years in retail marketing, in the last 10 years implementing major consumer and trade promotions across mobile through SMS mechanics, online mechanics and manual promotion activity. For the past 2 years, I've worked with a skilled team of design and technology guys on a full-time program to activate sales along the path to purchase. We see that our focus is of our research was to develop a retailer agnostic system to capture and verify sales transactions without requiring point-of-sale integration with retailers. We see it as a great privilege to be selected for the Mobile Commerce Challenge. We're here to establish our operations in the United States, and we're from Australia. And we're here at AdTech to develop a publisher network for our API and to engage a primary distribution partner with resources to exploit our technology in this market. So essentially, what our API does is a scans app. It connects each person you engage to a sale anywhere. It provides the missing link between the digital commerce experience and the physical retail. And it activates sales on mobile and enables the execution of those sales, of that transaction, in store, at any store. And how we do that is we use the smartphone scan and camera functions to extract detail off the receipt. That links a product description from a receipt to a unique GS1 barcode or SKU or identifier for that product. And the Zap returns a mobile validation within seconds. And the automated process is a patented system that we have 2 patents on, and it's backed by a manual verification process. A couple of examples of use of our technology. We last year launched a content management system and CRM for Electrolux, enabling them to manage their promotion activity and to engage consumers with content about their product. Zapping a QR code on the product in store provides detailed specifications and video on their innovation, as well as links them to promotional material and offers on particular product. A second program, which we're just putting together now, is Optus is a large telco organisation in Australia, and they've taken on one of our platforms to offer the Optus Fuel Saver app. And FuelSense is a major motivator of retail sales, and Optus are using it as rewards across their network, but in this example here, they use it as a corporate gift, and they're giving their key SMEs, guys with 6 or more mobile accounts, the equivalent of 75 cents a litre off fuel for 6 months as a gift. And so they download the app, they send a code, and each time they purchase fuel, they just zap the receipt, and the transaction is rebated back to their account to that value. That has about a $300 face value gift, and it actually is costing Optus about $100 for the 6-month period, just as that example. So the Wonderful Pistachios challenge were to make sense of barcodes, QR codes and coupons to make mobile a real sales challenge for Wonderful Pistachios, to grow household penetration and drive awareness, because aware consumers convert to sales at the rate of 60%. The key also is to drive footfall to bricks and mortar retail partners. So a lot is talked about online sales and mobile sales. The reality is that the vast majority of sales still happen at our key partners in their stores. But the truth is that no longer do 70% of retail purchase decisions made in store, they're actually made on the path to purchase and on mobile. Also to open a relationship with the consumer and make the consumer feel like he or she is interesting and in the know. So making sense of barcodes, QR codes. A barcode essentially is an opportunity with ScanZap, turns a barcode into a communication link for shoppers to visually rich information of product specification, nutritional information, video, and local retail stockists. A QR code closes the loop on advertising, so any communication carrying a QR code can be zapped with a ScanZap app, and it links any advertising communication via an offer to the sale. Offer codes are a great system for system-generated unique codes, drive awareness and household penetration. And coupons are no longer a key element where ScansApp provides an ongoing link to each shopper. I'll just, we're not a creative agency, but I'll just show, if I might, our vision of a use of...
I've got the Kraken app. It connects me to cool stuff like great videos and nutritional info, plus unique offers based on where I am and what I'm doing, just for me. It's pretty cool. Today, I'm going to create a Kraken party. This is how I do it. I select the party offer and invite all my Kraken friends to enter too. With our Kraken apps, my friends and I can shop anywhere and collect rewards everywhere. It's easy. I just zap my receipt and I'm in a daily draw to win. Check it out. I just zapped and I'm a winner. I bank $1,000 into my account, and with the Kraken app, my friends and I have $1,000 to spend on wonderful pistachios. I could even send some packs to you. Incredible technology, wonderful results. That's how we do it. And the Kraken app is just the beginning.
So in that example, we've created a sweepstake offer that runs for 49 days, giving $2,000 a day. We're utilising cash and pin money, which is a promotional currency that's linked directly to only pistachio purchases. So they get the pin money reward, zap the app, and then the money transfers. The rebate cost of that pack is rebated to their account. In the spend, we've treated it as a tactical campaign. We've spent of the $100,000 spend, we spent $98,000 on the prize pool, and the transaction and fulfilment costs are $1,299. So that really covers it. The core of that tactical app is what we call a mechanic, but the ongoing vision is that the ScansApp API becomes a communication link for Wonderful Pistachios offers through our publishers, because our publishers have a 50% share of the transaction revenue. And so that revenue is funding the exposure.
10.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Oh, sure. Let's keep it to one question each, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
How do we make sure that when somebody's scanning a receipt that they're only scanning one receipt?
There's about five unique identifiers on any receipt, from a time date stamp, a unique code, a server code. But also, every character on that receipt, as we scan it, creates a digital footprint for that receipt, which makes it a unique transaction. And we also, in any doubt, we have a manual backup process to check that.
On that last slide you moved over, you're talking about media partners and publishing partners.
Sure.
So the idea is that this functionality would live on other people's apps in addition to our app, or how would that work?
Yeah, the functionality, we're here to promote our app as an API. Essentially, we're giving away our technology. And in fact, any of the wonderful creative ideas and applications that are being presented here today by our fellow contestants, their applications can only be enhanced by utilising our API, because good technology and innovation is not mutually exclusive. So we see publishers of content, news, media, sports, having a rewards element that so that we end up with millions of users activating the same offers that you'd have on your own tactical apps or any of your own apps.
Just in Australia, there's only 2 major retailers. Are you working with either of them to, are they accepting this technology? They like the fact that you're sort of skirting them being involved in the relationship, or do they want to be involved in this in some way?
Look, there's certainly a place for retailers in apps and in the offers. In fact, you can make partner-specific offers within your apps, and you can, by geolocation of that, when someone scans your product in store, that will identify the store location that they're in and give them a store-specific offer if that's necessary. But what is important about this is it's totally retailer agnostic. So it engages with the brand directly to their consumers wherever they shop, and doesn't require any sort of permission base or integration with the retailers.
And You kind of answered the question in regards to you can only buy our product with the rewards, but how do you actually redeem that in the retailer? So when
Same way as you earn the reward, you go and zap the receipt.
Mm-hmm.
So what we send is Wonderful Pistachios pin money. So you can say, I'll send you 3 packs worth of pin money. So they go and buy 3 packs, and the value of those packs is redeemed to the bank account on the app.
Okay. Interesting.
And that goes straight back through to connects to their bank account, and they just can bank it.
Okay.
Thank you, Mobile Media. So next up we have Pocket Change.
Yeah, it's on. So first off, I really, really loved the Gangnam Style pistachio promo on Super Bowl Sunday. That was crazy. I loved it, and it was awesome. In fact, my local Safeway had this cardboard cutout of Psy, and he welcomed me into my Safeway every Sunday for a few months. Sadly, he's gone now, and I kind of miss him. But you know what? If it weren't for Psy's, obviously, viral video, which I watched a billion times myself, that thing would have been really annoying. I had to actually move my cart around it. It interrupted my entire experience. And unfortunately, a lot of advertising is just like that. And tell you what, supermarkets don't need advertising. The product itself is the advertising. The bag of Wonderful Pistachios is the brand ambassador. In an ideal world, users actually come and find you. They opt into your experience. It should never be interruptive. And once they engage with you, you should have the opportunity to engage with them back and show them what's wonderful about the pistachios. And that's exactly what Pocket Change does on our universal loyalty platform. So think American Express rewards, but for mobile. So for every $1 that I spend on my American Express credit card, I earn points. I rack them up, and then I get free stuff. I could get a free trip to Disneyland. This past Christmas, I got some cutlery. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, so this past Christmas, I was able to get some cutlery for free. It was awesome. That's exactly what Pocket Change does for mobile, web, all types of apps, and all types of websites. So let's go to the next slide. So here, I made a reservation on an open table. In this case, I made a reservation with Summer Thai Eatery. I earned 25 Pocket Change points. Every point, by the way, is worth 1 penny. So that's like me getting 25 cents. Now, I could have done that if I played Cut the Rope, if I was on a site and made a purchase. Whenever I engage with an app or a site that I love anyways, I'm going to earn loyalty currency, right? And by the way, publishers love this. What we know so far is that when you add a loyalty program into these apps, on average, we deliver about a 20% increase in retention. They're just coming back every single day. On average, we also deliver a 30% increase in session time. They're spending that much more time in their apps. But this is our ad product. So if I hit close, I'll go back into the app and I use it just as normal. But let's assume I hit the shop button. So here is our store. By the way, we're not an application. We live within the application. We are the native loyalty program. So let's say I'm really hungry. I want a bag of pistachios. I'm going to spend 700 points and get my bag of pistachios. Millions of consumers hit this store every single day. Let's assume I hit that line item. Now, this is a wonderful experience where I can learn more about Wonderful Pistachios, screenshots, something about the company, about the product. I want to get it before I spend my hard-earned points. I hit buy, and then I enter in my email address. And this is passed off to Wonderful Pistachios. Now, Wonderful Pistachios can guide me to go install the app, send me to my Safeway to get a bag of pistachios, or send me to a mobile web page. Let's go to the next one. And this is the experience, not interruptive at all. I am using an app I'm using anyways. I choose a shop. I select Pistachios out of all the other options, and I'm going to learn more about the brand, and I'm going to hit buy. And this is our network. We're reaching over 50 million users across hundreds of apps, and we've accomplished this in less than a year. It's pretty impressive. We skew a bit heavier towards women, which is good because we know they do all the shopping in the world mostly, especially in grocery stores. Heavier in the US and heavier in the UK. And that's what we do. I just want to emphasize that this is a fully live product. So let's say you love us and you choose us. We can go live tomorrow afternoon. And all I ask is that you send me a cutout of Psy, because I kind of miss the guy. That's what we do.
Thank you. Questions from judges?
Okay. So in terms of the engagement to earn the dollars and pennies through it, where am I having to go through other sites like the Open Table? How would Pistachios initially be engaged there?
Right. So again, I'm earning points across any of these applications. And every single time I or any of our 50 million users hit the store button, Wonderful Pistachios will always be in that store. So you just get that brand engagement, and they'll see it constantly. And maybe today they can't afford it because it was just introduced, but they're saying, you know what? I want to try it. Let me save up 700 points. And that's how you know they truly want to engage with you, because they could use that 700 points on anything. They could, in fact, we're launching with 800 flowers for Mother's Day. They could buy flowers from mom. They could buy a cup of coffee from, rather, a gift card from Starbucks, or you. Does that make sense? Okay.
And what does this partnership cost us?
So we charge on a per lead basis. So when someone's gone through that entire flow and they proactively give the email address, we pass it over to you, and we charge on that lead basis.
So then how is it a business model for you? Is it a revenue share with all the partners that you have?
That's a great question. So to our publishers, there is no revenue share. They get such a lift in the retention and engagement that they end up making more money through their existing monetization strategies. Imagine if someone spends 30% more time in an app. That's more banner views, that's more in-app purchases, that's just more engagement. So they get such a lift that there's no revenue share there. And that's why we're able to provide something fairly affordable from a marketing standpoint to engage in this method.
Okay. Okay, great. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, and our final startup presenting today is Spiderlink. Our speaker is Nicole Skog.
Oh, yeah. All right, yep. All right, are we ready? Good afternoon. I'm Nicole Skog. I'm the CEO of Spiderlink. And first of all, thank you for the opportunity. I think this is a great format, and really excited to present and have the opportunity to potentially work with Wonderful Pistachios and all of your great brands. First of all, I want to tell you a little bit about Spiderlink and what keeps us up at night and what we're always thinking about, and that is, how do I get a consumer to pull out their phone when they're walking around in the real world and engage with a brand? Because we think that that's a really important place to start a conversation with the consumer, is in the real world, because that's where we live. So let me tell you what we're doing right now today. So we're working with EA Sports, and they're using our Snap Tag. I'm going to talk a lot about the Snap Tag. It's right next to his arm. But when you're in the store looking at EA Sports and trying to decide if you want to buy this Madden game, you can activate the Snap Tag to see a video and get a sneak peek of the Madden game. We worked with Orbit Gum. When you opened up your Orbit, you saw a Snap Tag, and you could snap it for a chance to win Orbit Bucks. You come across this ad for Nivea in a magazine, and you can activate the Snap Tag to like Nivea on Facebook to get exclusive access to the Rihanna video. Dos Equis, Everyone likes beer. How about $5 off your beer? You could snap the tag to get a $5 off rebate and also enter their most interesting academy. And we worked with Glamour Magazine and a bunch of their advertisers to create a virtual shopping wall where you could see these products on a two-dimensional wall, their snap tags on the wall, and actually purchase the products. So this is what our snap tag is. It's this buy it now, the pink icon with a little barcode around it. And it's called a snap tag. Those are the code rings. What is immediately apparent about the snap tag is that it looks different than a QR code or a mobile barcode because we're using icons. The next most important thing is that a snap tag is really easy to use, it's friendly, and it was actually designed to work with a Razr phone. So you can just take a picture and text it. I don't have to have an app, I don't have to have a fancy smartphone, I can just take a picture and text it. If I do have a fancy smartphone, I can download our app and scan the snap tag to unlock the experience. So we like to talk about the snap tag as the barcode that's really evolved for marketers and built for humans. And the fully evolved human who has an iPhone. What's behind the snap tag, though, I think is the most important, and that's that a snap tag's not only friendly and smart, or friendly and better looking, but it's also really smart. And it's connected to our activation platform. With a QR code, typically they're taking you to a website, and you're a click. With snap tags, we want to take you further, and we can help you like a product, buy a product, get a coupon on a product, and actually fulfill on a wide variety of solutions, such as promotions and content, social applications connecting to Pinterest, Twitter, and Facebook, deliver coupons through partners that you're already working with on the coupon side, and also with commerce solutions connecting to mobile wallets and different fulfillment partners. So part of what makes our engine, part of the magic in our engine is really the partners that we're connected to that the brands that we're working with are already working with as well. So let's talk about why we're all here today, and that's to make money. And with a snap tag, we can help you make money in multiple ways. The closest to the money is actually driving revenue. So you could use snap tags on your packaging at events to actually buy more pistachios. So imagine a sampling event where I'm handing out samples. There could be a buy it now snap tag on that sample. So right when I try it, I like it, I snap it, I buy it, the box shows up at my house in a couple of days. Next, we can deliver coupons. So someone could activate a snap tag to get a coupon. We can drive social engagements. We all know that Facebook and Twitter are huge on the mobile phone. There's 680 million people using Facebook on mobile. Social users on mobile are twice as active as those on the desktop. So engaging with those consumers and trying to drive social engagement through mobile is a great place to start. And we can also deliver brand experiences, whether it's sweepstakes, scavenger hunts. I know you did the Golden Pistachios program. That's something that could be activated through a snap tag. And we wrap it all together with a CRM program so that anyone who engages in any one of these types of programs, we're collecting them. The snap tag is sticky. When you scan a QR code, you're anonymous. You're basically a click. When you snap a tag and you text it, we have your phone number. If you're in one of our apps, we basically have your app ID and can send you push notifications if you opt in. So we're able to collect consumers, not just anonymously count them as a click. So let's talk about Wonderful Pistachios and how you can use snap tags. You have this great Get Crackin' campaign that you've been doing for years, spent multi-million-dollar campaign. What we're proposing is put snap tags on them. So it's not a new media buy. It's really an activator that goes on your existing media buy to make it more valuable. For example, if I were to see this on television, if I were to see it at an event, I could snap the Buy It Now snap tag, go to a commerce experience that can be through one of your retail partners, or we can build a shopping experience for you that directs to wherever retail partner you'd like. And then the box shows up at my house from drugstore or Walmart or Target, wherever you're wanting to fulfill from. So it's kind of like magic. I snap the tag and get the pistachios. But it doesn't stop there. It can happen at events, on secondary packaging, on primary packaging, and also on displays in store. I could activate a tag at an event to get a coupon. So right when I'm excited about it, I've sampled the product, I can get a coupon delivered to me. On the secondary packaging, there could be a social opportunity for me to like the brand to enter to win a year's supply of Wonderful Pistachios. I could snap the tag on packaging to play the Golden Pistachio game. It tells me that I found my first Golden Pistachio and to collect 4 more. and I could see the video and your existing content come directly back from me when I'm standing in the aisle and connecting your advertising campaign to your display. So here's what $100,000 would get you with SpiderLink. We would propose that you do a year-long program with SpiderLink. You get 5 mobile campaigns for commerce, coupons, social, promotions, content, all wrapped together with the CRM package. So part of what we're trying to do is launch these campaigns to build a database. It runs through our platform. We build the campaigns for you, host all of your content. We even have an SDK that can go inside of your app, so it's a fully branded experience. And at the end of the day, a big part of this is the measurement. We can tell you which campaigns, which media placements drove the most activations and the most conversions. Thank you.
Perfect timing. Okay, thank you. Questions from the judges?
So just how you talked about QR codes in there, there's definitely been a heavy educational environment with that and getting consumers to adopt that. How has your adoption rate and engagement rate been with the snap tags on campaigns?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great question. You know, the biggest problem that we see with the QR code is that you really have no idea what rabbit hole it takes you down. And so we think that the most important thing you can put on a campaign with mobile activation is the call to action. So we've had single campaigns that had hundreds of thousands, 500,000 activations if you just have a good call to action. So if you slap a QR code on your ad or a snap tag and you don't have a call to action, no one's going to activate it. But like that Orbit program where people were, they'd open up their Orbit gum and it said snap for Orbit box, we had 500,000 people snap that. And so it really depends more on, a call to action and a really good campaign is how we drive activation.
To that end, this seems like good for sampling, where you're engaging with the salesperson and you're saying, "Hey, try this. Do you like it? Snap here to get a free bag sent to your home, etc." It's harder for me to imagine this being adopted, particularly like in fast-moving environments like a TV commercial where 15 seconds I got to raise my camera, recognize what that is, and activate that. And so, just curious, like in TV spots, like how does that work in the real world?
Yeah, so we have worked with Bud Light and also with Warner Brothers when they launched their Inception DVD. They did it almost more like a Fight Club moment. So during the commercial, they said, "Get your phone out and get ready to snap for additional content." And then they showed it for like 3 seconds. So it really was the DVR audience that they were going for, who was going to pause it and snap the tag. So we would recommend on TV either it's a bumper that's part of a partnership program, and we're exploring that with some of our network partners that can stay up for a while, or it is some kind of a promotion like that, where like with your Super Bowl commercial, it could have been pre-promoted so that I'm ready, I pause it, and I snap it for a chance to win something. But I agree with you. There's definitely, we see the highest engagement at events and on packaging, because that's something that I'm there spending time with. Print ads also do really well. In-store displays can do well if there's a good offer and it's really well communicated.
Regarding in-store displays, so if you walk up to the display and you don't have the app downloaded and you don't like to text things to folks so they don't have your phone number, do they have to then download the app before they can take the picture, or can you take the picture and do it later?
You can definitely take the picture and do it later. And you can, we also have an email option as well, so you can snap and email it. So you can take a picture and text it or email it later, or you can download the app.
What's been the best display program that you've had experience with?
The best display program, probably, we did some great programs with Bud Light, where they would, they have their Port Paradise. I'm not sure if you've done that promotion. They used to use a texting program, then they used ours and saw 2 times enhancement in using the SnapTag technology, and so it was on their display.
Hi. So if we made the investment and put the SnapTag on our packaging and we ran a promotion, are you able to redirect the back end? So when the promotion is over, I completely agree with you that you need to have the call to action around it, but what happens when that promotion ends and we have the snap tag across all our packages?
Yeah, packaging's tough to time. We did a program last year with Dos Equis, and the packaging got in a little late, and then what happened was their program ended at the end of September and was supposed to roll into, then they had a Halloween program. What was great is we just switched the tag to the Halloween program.
On the back end,
the back end's completely programmable. So the Academy program just rolled right into their Masquerade, the October program, And then when that was over, it basically said, sorry, this promotion ended, but go to dosequis.com to get more information.
Okay, thank you.
Can I ask one more question?
We're out of time.
We're out of time.
We're out of time. We're out of time. And now I'm going to ask the judges to take about 5 minutes to deliberate.
Sure. So, first of all, thank you so much. This was great. We thoroughly enjoyed this. This was our first time doing something like this, so it was super interesting. But, just kind of going through, they're very different in a lot of ways, all of the companies and the startups that presented to us today. And a lot of the times, in our world, it's all about our retailers, and it's really about our partners and how we can make the Safeways and the Krogers of the world happy. So I guess, let's see. I will start with Pocket Change. Pocket Change is great, and I definitely think it's something that we're going to explore for sure, so look for a call from us. But it's something that, is a little less branded. There's a few other folks in our department that I think I'd like to get involved, particularly our media folks. The one buy that we have done, actually we did it this last year for Super Bowl around Psy, was an incentivized media buy, which reminds me a little bit of this, and it was super successful. So it's definitely something that we're interested in. Moving on to iMobile Media, we do not have a loyalty program quite yet. And so this was an interesting proposition for us, being that it was a way to perhaps start a loyalty program. But the one thing is we want to really show how this is beneficial for our partners and, like I said, the Safeways of the world. So I think we would need to work just a little bit on how we can make it a little more specific to the guys that we work with day in and day out, and how we can get, for instance, things like more shelf space by doing these types of programs with those specific retailers. Moving on to App Glue, which is definitely a little bit different than the other folks, but this was great. We have not really built an app yet. We did a small one with Psy, but one of the things that we do a lot of at Roll is recipes, and we're constantly, obviously, as you can imagine, updating the latest and greatest recipes, and not only that, the commercials that we have. So the assets that we do have coming out fairly often, which is why App Glue would be a smart choice for us. And then finally, Spiderlink. This is interesting. While we're the digital folks, we have an entire traditional team as well. And so I'm sure everyone in the room has heard QR codes. They're ugly. Please do not make me put them on our print campaigns and our point of sale. They just don't look good. And so I think that's one of the things that Spiderlink really has done well. And so congrats there, because it is a little bit of a learning process for consumers. I think they understand QR codes probably a little bit more, but like I said, I think it's a smart choice when you're up against the traditional folks. So with that, we're going to do something a little different. And Brad Behrens, I will apologize to you later. We're actually going to pick 2 winners. And the prize we're awarding each is $1,000 and a year's supply of pistachios. So who wouldn't love that? And as we were debating this, Mark looked at me and said, we'll give 2 prizes. And I thought, okay, great. So we're going to award App Glue and Spiderlink. We think both of those companies did a great job, and yeah. And like I said, we'd love to have you at our corporation at Roll and probably talk about Wonderful Pistachios, but I would also get quite versed on our other brands like Fiji Water and obviously Cuties. Teleflora is a big one, Almond Accents, things like that. So we have an entire portfolio, but congrats, and again, thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. Yes. So thank you for coming. I know the judges have to take the corporate jet back home for them. But thank you for coming. I think we have to clear out of here pretty soon, but I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.